Good to see you here.
Thank you.
What capacity are you here in?
Well, I'm here as both the minister and the NEC member of the ANC.
Okay. What is the relevance of this event, particularly as a cabinet minister?
Well, it's an important event for everybody else. As we had seen earlier on here, everyone is here from all the branches of society, business, politics, and so on. So for government, it's particularly important because remember, this is the ANC government, and as the ruling party, it becomes important that we interact with all the stakeholders, including people who are outside of politics, and as well as from the point of view of the leadership of the ANC, because this is no small feat, 101 years of any organization. Anybody would be glad to identify himself or herself with this. So this is a precursor for what is going to happen tomorrow, where the president will be giving marching orders, politically speaking, for everybody else, for the ANC and its government, and generally the society, to say to people, this is where we are, and this is how we are going to be charting the way forward, particularly this year.
I think what we've been able to learn from the past 20 years is that if you widen the gap between the rich and the poor, your democracy will just not be sustainable. So today is about really looking at black business people as well as the previously advantaged business people, and ensuring that we bridge the divide, the historical divide between old money and new money, but also that we spell out what kind of programs we have to the private sector. Public-private partnerships has always been the mantra of the ANC. Economic transformation has become our mantra, and I think because our people are increasingly more impatient, we will have to intervene in the economy. Ours is to grow jobs and have economic growth with redistribution of resources. We've had economic growth in the past, but without economic redistribution. And I think the recent spate of labor unrest is a clarion call for the leadership of the ANC to take note of the plight of workers in our country. This is a period which is extremely important. We are at the cutting edge of what we can do and what we must do.
Obviously, we would expect a message that tells us what is our plans to usher in a new century of the African National Congress, dealing with issues of poverty, dealing with issues of unemployment, but more importantly, dealing with issues of inequality in our country. We think the president will concentrate on those issues. What are the programs that will put in place to deal with all those issues?
The ANC is 101 years old, and for the longest time possible, we've had many promises, and I'm told that this time around the promises that are made are promises that are going to be delivered. So I want to be part of that delivery. I want to be part of the history in the making, and there's so much promise, and I think people like you and I have a responsibility to be the watchguards of what is being promised, whether it's being delivered or are there challenges along the way. That I would not want to be part amongst those people who just complain when things are not happening, but rather be part of building the South Africa that we all want, and that's why I'm here.
The importance of business being here is to listen to the strategic direction that government or the ruling party is given. In other words, we'll hear a cogent expression of the vision and strategic framework that the country will get from the African National Congress as the ruling party and as the strongest party most likely to be taking the country forward even further than this term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, most importantly as well, tomorrow, the numbers come out. What are the numbers for tomorrow?
Numbers for the
lottery?
Well,
for the lotto tomorrow?
Well, the idea is take quick pick, don't change your numbers often, and the numbers that you have are the winning numbers.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
What is making you proud about the ANC now, going into 101 years?
The fact that it is the oldest organization, oldest liberation movement in Africa, that it has achieved so much in that space of time, and that it, actually we've been called a miracle. And I think that if you trace the history of the ANC, you actually understand that the miracle are individuals like you and I who are just driven to make sure that they can make a difference.